Our whole thing is really to grow paddle by growing it through a whole neighborhood and community that didn't have access before.
The fact that we've had 4 public courts and a paddle hut built is really an inspiration, I hope, for the rest of the country.
It's been so rewarding to see just the friendships that have come out of paddle.
Paddle's done so much for me. It's helped me in so many ways, from making new friends, learning strategy.
It's a perfect example of what we hope our grants and loan program would do. Introduce more people, grow the game.
Who needs to do this?
I did.
Right, go.
I just go.
All right, there's no problem with this.
The fun part of it is that the kids really do like being outdoors. They like running around, they like a ball, they like a paddle, and they like to whack the ball around.
Go!
And recently we kind of refined our lesson to where we started off very slowly and had them hit the ball easy and worked that and worked up. So that worked a lot better, and we had very successful day-to-day. After 9 weeks, they're actually playing games, serving, returning serve, keeping score, somewhat playing off the screens. I like the last 2 lessons, which does involve the screens, which is the heart of platform tennis.
All right. Switch sides, guys.
This project might be the first of a couple different new paddle centers to get built in Cleveland.
So how we started, I think we have to give the initial credit to Dave Bebout, because I think he was really the ringleader of, he had been beating the drum for a long time of like, we've got to build some public access courts in Cleveland. And he was really the ringleader of finding a few key people, I think, to make that happen. And certainly one was Sean Richardson.
In the paint.
Oh,
I didn't,
okay.
who knew? Or as I said, a mechanized distribution.
Yeah.
But,
Exactly.
so he let me do it, and I was not that good. There's a spot there that has too much grit. My fondest memory is when we turned the lights on here. When I still remember the first time we put the lights on and we had all 4 courts filled. That was kind of a proof of concept point for me. It may have been an inter club or it may have been an open house. I don't remember the details. It doesn't matter right now. But to see the courts filled and to see quite a number of new players on the court who who weren't coming from another club, but they literally came from the neighborhood because we did some marketing to some of the apartment buildings here. To see the new players on the court the first time we flipped on the lights was real. It was a magical moment. When you play at the Flats, you get to play in a real urban core. It is spectacular to be down here at night and see a silhouette of all the downtown office towers in Cleveland, Ohio, with their logos, with the lighting, maybe some snowfall. And we're also on a rail line. So you have a real urban core feel to when you're playing platform tennis here.
First found out about paddle, I was actually up at a women's tournament, professional tournament, tennis tournament that they have here in downtown Cleveland, and heard that this facility was going up, so kind of kept my eye on it, and it's right near where I live, so.
The Flats is unique because it really is the first paddle facility built in Cleveland that really was directed at trying to open the game to people who have never seen it or heard of it before. And it was to lower barriers that existed both geographical and financial. Here in Cleveland, all of the other courts are, for the most part, located on the east side, usually on the grounds of private clubs. And by putting this facility down here in Cleveland, you really were more visible to people. We try to keep our cost structure very low so that it's not an economic burden. And then on top of that, we run a lot of free programming for people who want to learn the game.
So I've been involved in the beginner clinic, which is for a newbie like me.
to learn all the beginner tips and how to play with fellow beginners. So you get to learn the lob, the serves, the lobs, and all the different things around paddle. I'm still a newbie, by the way.
My name is Peter Lauer. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I run Peachtree Paddle, but I'm actually from Pittsburgh and lived in Cleveland, Ohio years ago.
If somebody had said in 1985, Peter, you're going to be walking or coming to the flats to play platform tennis, I would have said you're crazy. So this is the coolest project.
Well, what'd you say to me 3 years ago when I said we're building in class?
Great idea!
So platform tennis continues to grow despite other sports. It's great fun. Everybody I know who comes and tries it loves it.
I was asked many times by Joe and by my wife, do you have any market study that says that there's enough interest in the game? And we didn't have market study. We just had genuine belief in this game that we love so much.
Marketing is still something that I think that we're in our infancy of doing, and so I think we have a lot more growth in that aspect.
We've only availed paddle to half of the town of Cleveland. So we wanted to build it here. We wanted to get the whole access to the west side, but mostly build it in the downtown urban core where a lot of the kids, all of our kids are living and coming to the game. And so that's the younger GEM committee that saw the vision and came and they're really making it happen.
GEM committee stands for growth, engagement, and membership. So it's really about getting people who've never heard of paddle or who maybe have played tennis before but haven't played paddle, and getting them here, getting them involved in our community, and getting them really excited about paddle. I've met all of my great friends through paddle and through being a member of the Flat, so it is really a great social and really great community.
This young man is really the
Dave!
Dave made it happen.
They say that, that's not true.
As we got going, the fit became even better and better because they wanted a recreation. This became a recreation area, and we brought a lot to the center of the city, and the fact that you now had a year-round activity in the center of Cleveland. And what I like is the fact that we are really a resource for the younger people and the people who live in these apartments around here.
We've got so many great members who have joined up, a lot of young people, a lot of people who live downtown, and it's really fun seeing people learn and discover the game for the first time.
The very first time I talked to Ann Sheedy, one of our topics of conversation, this is 15 years ago, was what can the APTA do to help the league players, the regular players? There's plenty of stuff for the top players to do, plenty of tournaments, national rankings, national championships, but what can we contribute to the everyday player, the league players, and really what I've seen over the years of the APTA has been that has really come to fruition.
From the very beginning, we were impressed with the quality of the people that were involved in this and their dedication and their enthusiasm, and it has surpassed anything I ever expected. They really have become the paradigm of what one should do if one wants to bring public access to an area. They've just been phenomenal.
This really kind of is it. When we did our board meeting here in Cleveland, because this is the largest public access facility project that we've ever donated to, and they've just done such an amazing job. The number of people that got involved, the amount of money they raised, and now to come out and see all the people, the young people they have coming out, all the people new to paddle, it just makes you feel good that the APTA can really do something good for the sport and bring new people to the game. So that's probably the timing of the question. We're here. It's like this was what making me feel pretty good about paddle right now.
A wonderful legacy will be the continuation of this long past my prime time of playing. I would love to see these courts filled for the next 25 years. A real legacy would be if we had the next generation of paddle players and Cleveland leaders in their enthusiasm and put a second site up or a third site up. That would be a real success.
It's so rewarding to see just the friendships that have come out of paddle. And I've had so many people come down and tell me after they've joined, like, this has really changed my life. It's given me a whole new set of friends. at the holidays, you know, to just like get a card from somebody who just really was like, you really stuck with me and your coaching, you made me feel like I could do it. And it was something that they didn't even know existed a year ago. So for me, that's been really rewarding to feel like we've been able to take people who never had this experience before, make it a part of their life, and make it a really important part of their life.
I'm Sean Richardson.
We're the GEM Committee.
I'm Karen Jedlik, and this is the Flats Platform Tennis Center. If you're ever in Cleveland, stop by.